All righty, Texans back on the practice field. Some guys return, some guys do not. Landry Locker, Cody Stoots with you here right now. 24 hours from now, we'll be live at Spanky's, Sharpstown, Bel Air. We will have some gifts for you. We will have a toy drive. We've got some gift cards. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I will be whopping, W-A-P, wings and pizza, and I can't wait to see you out there. We want to spend some time with y'all. And we got to dive into that WAP, that wings and pizza. Let's go. Let's bring some toys. Let's help some kids.
It's not a verb. You can't make everything a verb.
You can.
You're gonna be. It's a noun. You're gonna be eating some WAP, wings and pizza.
I'll be spanking and eating WAP. Let's go. See you at Spanky's tomorrow. We'll be there before 3.
If you bring a new and unwrapped toy, you will get a raffle ticket. We'll raffle off some stuff for the people that donate toys tomorrow. So,
yep, we'll see you there. So,
1 raffle ticket per person, by the way. You can't bring 100 toys and get 100 raffle tickets.
Sorry to the kids for that. I thought we were welcoming as many toys as possible, but Scrooge Stoots here is
okay. Yeah, it's my idea, and I'm the Scrooge. Okay, cool.
Scrooge Stoots says only bring 1 toy. Don't bring too many toys. We can't reward you. We can't reward you for your generosity. So there's apparently a cap here from Scrooge.
Bring as many as you want.
All right.
Am I wrong? Am I doing that wrong? Should they get a raffle ticket for every toy?
Do whatever you got to do. I mean, I think so. I think you should get a raffle ticket every toy. Yes.
King Landry has changed it. He would like for you to get a raffle ticket for every toy you bring.
Every toy you bring gets a raffle ticket, and then we'll mix them up and we'll draw. But all generosity is equal. Don't listen to the Scrooge. Listen to the Santa.
Yeah. Okay.
We got you covered.
Yeah. Santa, Landry, and Scrooge McStoots. Sure.
All right. So let's get on to the news of the day of practice. What went on? What did not? Who was there? Who was not? 2 notable absences. One of them,
we in here talking about practice.
Kamari Lassiter still did not practice. Did not practice up till Friday last week. He has the foot injury. Don't know if he's going to practice. Nick Chubb with the ribs. I feel like this is going to be a multi-week thing for Nick Chubb. I could see him perhaps being ready for the playoffs. But I think Nick Chubb, the way that they're talking, and the area of the injury is probably something where we don't see that. Titus Howard had something personal to take care of, so he DNP, but then everyone else yesterday that didn't practice was there. Azeez Al-Shire, full participant. Woody Marks, limited. We'll hear from him in a second. EJ Speed, limited. Jamal Hill back. Trent Brown, full participant. Justin Watson, who cares? Harrison Bryant, full participant. Sheldon Rankins, full participant.
Hold on. Hey, Justin,
limited.
Justin Watson gets a who cares and Harrison Bryant doesn't get a who cares?
They need tight ends. Tight ends.
Don't you want to see Justin Watson come back and play over Jaden Higgins?
No, I don't. So yes, I browsed over it with the who cares. Sorry.
I would not be surprised to see Justin Watson come back and take Berrios' spot. And I would not be surprised if Kamari Lassiter missed this game.
Yeah, I mean, ice up, man. Like, ice up and chill. They're not going to have their full arsenal on offense. So, yes, let them ice up. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
$100. $100 to make you holla. So on the chat, we have a couple of questions. Malik, you never know when Malik's going to come in hot or when Malik's going to be chilling. He's always got something to bring to the table.
Swarm.
He says Jags going to jag against the Jets or Denver Texans division. I don't know if jagging counts against Denver. I think if you're going to say they're going to jag, it would have to be against the Jets or Colts. Denver's good.
Or it would be very Jacksonville to lose
to Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Yes.
No. To lose to Tennessee to end their season.
Yes.
That'd be the most Jaguars thing. is to play that noon game Sunday, the final Sunday of the season, and just walk into it thinking they're the big bad, AFC South winners. And the next thing you know, Cam Ward's putting a dub on them, and they lose the AFC South.
Putting a what on them?
Putting a dub on them.
Oh, okay.
And that would be the ultimate Jaguars gonna Jaguar.
Logan Taylor says the Cardinals' injuries are piling up. Yeah, they're hurt. I don't know if they want to win at this point. I don't know if they want to win. They're moving on from their quarterback, so they might be in the we don't want to win type of scenario.
Starting left tackle, starting cornerback, starting wide receiver, starting safety, backup safety for that starter, all have missed practice this week for the Cardinals. And then other guys are just banged up. Like, they are a very hurt squad.
Yes, they are in that tank range, and I'm sure there's a lot of draft talk going on. Doyle on the chat says chicken pot pie and SNL Live. I just don't know about the chicken pot pie, dude. I think it's a great item. My problem with it is, unless he's one of those guys that just likes it enough to microwave it, okay. But man, that takes a long time in the oven. Chicken pot pies are like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. If you're starving, it's a tough process to wait for the chicken pot pie.
Of all the people that would have been impatient with their food, I wouldn't have expected between the two of us it to be you. I love chicken pot pie. It's excellent. It's usually worth the wait.
You would expect me to wait longer. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You being impatient about the food would be a characteristic you would probably assign to me.
So you would go with the chicken. You can wait for the chicken pot pie?
You got to plan ahead. You have to plan ahead because stabbing your fork in the middle of a cold chicken pot pie will ruin your meal so fast.
Then you got to wait for it. Yeah, it's tough. SSG says, can I bring some high grade on Friday? You can do what you want to do. Don't bring it in Spankies, and I'm chilling.
You cannot donate that to the kids.
Yeah, it's not for the kids.
Yeah, you can't bring the glassware to use the high grade either. That's not going to go to the kids either.
Trey says, do we want to win the division? I think a second place schedule next year sounds great. Easier path for Caley year 2. So he's already got Caley back year 2. There you go. My guy, Caley. I'm the biggest Nick Caley fan this side of the Mississippi. I would love nothing more than him to be back for year 2.
Well, that's the biggest lie you've told.
Oh, yeah? You don't think I'm a Nick Caley fan?
Nope, you're not.
All right, well, would a non-Nick Caley fan have one of these? The Nick Caley throwback?
Nick Caley throwback. To answer his question, yes, I do want to see the Texans win the division. What in the hell is this?
Nick Caley throwback hat, baby. Let's go.
Oh my God. What did you do to that hat?
Just wear and tear of calling great plays, man. 2 yards and a cloud of dust and some rust on the hat.
Well, here's the thing. I know you didn't dirty that hat up in your backyard because you don't have any mud because it's always green, always clean with the Texans turf. What'd you do? Go help a neighbor with something?
I went next door to the neighborhood plants.
Got that dirty ass Nick Caley hat. I'm glad Greg Bailey realized he got a new hat a month later.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting dynamic there.
Should we have alerted the rest of the media when we noticed it a month ago so that they would have stopped asking about it after the fact?
See, this is a hat that looks like it's ready to run up the middle on 2nd and 11.
That's a hat that looks like it's ready to throw the ball to Christian Kirk and ignore Jalen Noel.
There we go. Nick Caley. We here. We heard from Nick Caley today. How do you feel about what we heard from Nick Caley today?
I thought he was really optimistic in a situation that I don't know that there should be a tremendous amount of optimism. But I also feel like I'd like for him to continue to be optimistic because I think there was a point last year where even Bobby was just kind of like, yeah, we're effed. And he wasn't saying it, but he thought it. So I appreciate the optimism in the face of no reason to be optimistic. I do not share his optimism. And the things that he is talking about are things that if they were going to get corrected, you would think they would have already been corrected. It's one thing to have these issues like randomly show up, like the Rams. I want to use the Rams as an example. Like they have a hiccup randomly against Carolina, play a close game. Like some of the stuff that maybe had been issues for them early in the season when they weren't clicking on all cylinders, like that pops up. But then the Rams get right back to business. Like the Texans, it's like watching somebody drive a standard car for the first time every time they play offense. It's like, they'll get like 8 yards, then it's go backwards 2, or they'll get 2 yards on the first 2 downs, and then CJ's got to make a big play on 3rd down. Like it's their only consistency with them is the inconsistency.
Yeah, and the question to Nick Caley was like, how do you find the consistency as an offense? And this is what my boy Nick had to say.
Nick.
Playing clean football consistently, eliminating pre-snap issues. Like we have to rid ourselves of that, and you can't. Again, we've had too many of them happen for too many weeks now. We got to clean that stuff up to give ourselves a chance to really stay on schedule, play well. And I think still want to continue to move the needle in the red area for sure. Same thing on 3rd downs. Short yardage has been a point of emphasis. So those things I think across the board want to improve on everything. But I think first and foremost, not beating ourselves, especially prior to the ball being snapped.
That just sounds like a laundry list of things that shouldn't be an issue.
Well, I mean, it's just simple. Like it's just so easy. Like that's all you got to do. You just got to play clean football and not beat ourselves and all that. I guess that sounds good, but I just don't know if they know how to do it, and I don't know if they're capable of doing it.
That's the problem. Is like the easier it sounds, the more annoying it is that you haven't seen it consistently over the course of portions of the season. It's not like they've even had like big, huge stretches. Like I guess you can point back to like they played a pretty good game start to finish against the 49ers, but that's a beat up, depleted 49ers team. And that pass rush that they have is about as bad as you're going to see on the entire schedule. Like you're going to see better pass rushers for the final 4 games of this year and heading into the playoffs. So there's just the lack of consistency and the issues that should have been fixed by now.
Yeah. Here's the one thing that I will say that's good news for the Texans is CJ and Nick Caley have at least shown they can in stretches beat the shit out of bad teams. Like,
sure,
that's the one thing. I mean, they roughed up the depleted 49ers. They roughed up the depleted Baltimore Ravens. They had a good 4th quarter against the Titans. So like they've at least shown that against crappy teams that they can run it up a little bit. It's when you face the good teams, whether it's Mills or Stroud, is where they hit a wall. But the good news is you play two of the crappiest the next 2 weeks. So maybe Nick Caley can get the job done. Now there is something though that I think we need to address about just the urgency and the operation and all that type of stuff, like what we saw in Kansas City. Let's hear Nick Caley first, though, talk about the issues and everything in Kansas City and the operation. And I'll tell you why this is something that they really can't improve in the near future.
I mean, we can't have a lack of urgency. We got a better urgency, I would say. And I think the biggest thing is taken away from, our game. You want to clean things up. And then I think it goes to the way you practice, the way that you get in and out of the huddle, the way that you get your feet set, the way that, whether it's shifts, motion mechanics, et cetera, and just having a general overall urgency. Starting with me getting the play call in, the guys getting in the huddle, listening, being attentive, and being able to break the huddle and get our feet set. So you address it, you want to clean it up, but then it ultimately comes down, your behavior is going to be set based on how you practice it. And that's what we got to, start the week off. And we got to get better in that regard for sure, all of us.
According to him, the practice was good. So that's the thing that I'm confused about, because he said it's got to be better the way you practice it. But according to him, he said that they practiced it well. So that is what the confusing part to me is, but he does say, Nick says they can play clean football.
Last week was not a clean game, so to say that we're on the cusp, I mean, coming up last week, I feel like it's in us to do that, and we play clean at practice. You know, that was the thing I think. Just you talked about last week. We don't see those pre-snap penalties, the illegal shifts and stuff like those didn't rear their head, and then they rear their head in the game. So you sit there and you got, okay, what's the issues? How can we rid ourselves and put an emphasis on playing cleaner, getting our feet in the ground? Let's go. Good communication, good urgency. We've shown plenty of moments where we've had clean games and clean drives and stuff, but when we haven't, you see what the negative impact of is on it. And again, to move forward and be at our best, we've got to rid that from our our game.
See, here's
I just hold on. Of course, it is clean in practice. They can't sack the quarterback.
here's the issue I have with the give and take of this whole thing. It's so is it clean when CJ Stroud runs away from three guys and finds Nico Collins for 50 yards? No. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's what does clean mean? Like, where do you evaluate past that? Like, okay, so you had a 5-yard penalty. Okay, well, on 3rd and 12, CJ Stroud makes a play and he extends it. So there's just kind of a balance of it, and it seems like often this offense functions as if, man, if we get a 5-yard penalty, that's why the offense sucked. That's it. Yeah. They'll point to, like, they'll go through these lags and go look at the Kansas City log, and like they'll have 3 and outs without any penalties. And then there'll be one series where they have like I'll take this off. This is getting outlandish. Where they have where they have like one false start, and that's what they point to as like the problem. Oh, yeah, we can't get behind the sticks. We can't do that. And sometimes that's the case. But a lot of times it's like, well, y'all went 3 and out before that, my friend. Like, so it always seems like it's always like penalties always get blamed.
Now, I will say today, he said that they didn't. He was talking specifically about the third quarter, which is one of the worst quarters in franchise history, by the way. He did say, I didn't feel like there was a blame the penalties at that one. He just straight up said they didn't do good.
No, and I'm saying sometimes, but I do think there's a balance, and I asked him about the balance of, you guys are winning games, but the offense is putting on losing performances. Like, from a coaching POV, how do you handle that? And here's what Nick Caley had to say about it.
What's it like where you want to win, you win the game, but you also maybe feel like maybe the defense carried the load a little bit, and the offense probably, if you want to win at a higher level, has to be better? Like, what's that like for a coach where we won the game, we're happy, but we really got to emphasize that we got to be better?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's frustrating. Like, you want to be able to play cleaner, and certainly, like, we got a great defense, but like, we sit there, and you look at it, and there's a lot left out on the field, and the urgency and the chase to clean those up as fast, the race to be able to clean up the operation, clean up the urgency, clean up the techniques as fast as you can to allow us to be at least at our full potential. That's what we're trying to do. But to your point, like, yeah, absolutely. And I think you look at those, each game, but like every game, there's always those instances. But like you talked about last week, like, you look and you sit there and say, like, hey, we can do a lot better, and we can start a lot better by playing cleaner, and then fundamentally playing better, straining to finish better in certain areas. But that's absolutely, you want to improve on that. I mean, glad we got the win against a really, really good opponent. But still, our best is out in front of us, and we got to go attack it. And that's the biggest thing.
Here's what they have to avoid, though. And I don't know how you do this. And it's a tough thing. I don't have the answer for this. I just want to bring up the point. In Kansas City, I expect there to be some problems when it comes to operation. I expect it. It's the loudest stadium in the NFL. It's desperate. It's freezing. Like, it's intense, all that. So I expect, like, even the smoothest teams in the NFL, like, there's going to be some sort of hiccups, and it's going to be a lot more difficult to do whatever the hell you want to do, no matter how good your offense functions. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree. One of the toughest places to play.
But the thing about it is, the Texans can't necessarily improve that in the next 4 weeks with substance, because the next 4 weeks, you're at home against the Cardinals. You're at home against the Raiders. You're going on the road to the worst home field advantage, maybe in all of sports, in Los Angeles. And then you're at home against the Colts. So in the only time that we're really going to see if this is improved or not is going to be when you go to Denver, when you go to New England, when you go to Pittsburgh, maybe not Jacksonville, unless, let's be serious. Yeah, not Jacksonville, but like Buffalo, like some of these places that you may go during the playoffs. That's really going to be the only time that you can really duplicate this test and see if you've made progress, because naturally it gets better and it gets less urgent and it probably gets less frustrating, assuming that you take care of business the next 4 weeks. So it's not like there's like some sort of massive test, which is good.
Well, hold on. Now. You're telling me that Cardinals fans aren't going to flood NRG Stadium on Sunday?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
You're telling me that the Las Vegas Raiders faithful, it won't be black and silver peppering the stands?
No, but do you not agree? Like, you're not going to be able to tell. You're not going to have like some sort of test to tell that's comparable to what you went through in Kansas City.
I agree with you. And if we're using the test example, when you took the SAT, it was on a day at a time, and that's the only time you took it. But you could take a bunch of practice tests. I would like to see them do well on the practice tests. Like, I would still like to see. I understand it's not going to be a similar situation, but hey, maybe we're not doing the snap it with 1 second left. Maybe we're not burning timeouts out of TV timeouts at home or in LA against the Chargers. Like, I would still like to see them do it well when the test is not being taken, when you're just prepping for the test that you're talking about, because that was one of the bigger issues with a year ago, 2024, where, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that. We're explosive. Yeah, Bobby, you weren't explosive. You weren't explosive. You lied about that, and then you never showed any of the explosion against any of the opponents, against Miami coming out of the bye week or anybody. Like, there wasn't a show off against these smaller challenges, so that at least I have a iota of hope that when the real challenge shows up, you can do it.
Yeah, I think we're saying the same thing. Like, I agree with you. Like, obviously you don't want to look bad. All I'm saying is the consequences of a practice SAT are not the same as a real SAT. It's not as difficult. And even if you do good in the practice test, you're not going to be able to duplicate the test that you're measuring it against. Like, there's it's when you go to Denver, I'll tell you this, if you go to Denver for a playoff game, it's going to be loud as shit. It's going to be as loud as Kansas City. Like, so that's really going to be the next test. New England, I would expect the same thing. Even Pittsburgh, I would expect the same thing. We already know how crazy Buffalo is, but like, so that's my main point, is that, yeah, it would improve. And the consequences, like, if you're as sloppy against the Chiefs as you are against the Raiders or the Cardinals, like, in a perfect world, that means you win by 10 points. Like, I mean, that it's,
yeah, that's one of the more annoying aspects, is like, you could be pretty sloppy and he could go up there and have the same press conference next week that he had this week, which is a similar press conference to the one he had in week 4 of this year, where it's like, oh, strain harder, clean this up. Like, and you could still have a winning football game on Sunday against the Cardinals, because they stink and your defense is a world-class defense.
Fact. We'll hear more from Nick Caley in a sec. Malik back on Z Chat.
Swarm.
Already excited for Draft New York. NYN. High.
You want me to translate? I figured it out here.
Please.
Already excited for the draft. The New York Giants pick and the Commanders pick are high picks now.
That's impressive by you. That's impressive by you. Yeah, we're all draft. Our draft party, by the way, is going to be insane.
We
anyway,
literally,
like Spankies, BBs throughout. Our draft party is going to be insane. Get ready.
We're going to have lots of draft coverage. We're going to have lots of fun stuff leading up to the draft. We were sitting there talking draft in the media room with John Harris today. We were talking about this guy and that guy and who could you draft or who should you draft? And
It's going to be crazy.
But yes, and just to give you an update on where those two picks are, the Commies pick in the second round is currently 37th overall, and the Giants pick in the third round is currently 66th overall.
Yeah.
So two very high selections, and yeah, Thursday, Friday, and then the party on Saturday for the draft is going to be a blast.
Malik says his wife saw the show. Be nicer, Cody. LMAO.
Nick Caley in the hat, I think.
Oh yeah. By the way, Frank Ross is a big listener. Good Lord. He asked me.
You're going to go over this on SNL tonight, right? I mean, on the locker room tonight. Right?
I asked Frank about Kansas City, and he goes, "You want the hardo answer?" Or, I was like, "Nah." Yeah. So he definitely didn't pull that out of nowhere. By the way,
I actually really liked his answer, so I think that's something people should look forward to.
I thought it was an honest ass answer from Frank Ross. I appreciated it.
It was probably one of the better explanations of that mentality that we've heard.
Yes, for sure. And then the ghostwriter, Cody Stoots, fed Alpha Aaron.
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron here.
A question. And the great question from Frank Ross gets followed up with, hey, have you texted Chris Boyd since he got shot? Good one, Cody. Real classy.
I didn't do it. That's
real classy, dude.
Hey, bro, I didn't say that.
Trey Calhoun.
Alpha Aaron. That was all Alpha Aaron.
What a crazy transition that was. Trey Calhoun says, do y'all ever just want to lay into Caley during these press conferences? I would lose my mind in front of him spewing words out. Nah, it's all good, man. He can answer it how everyone wants to answer it. No, I don't think so. No, not really. I don't want to lay into any of the coaches.
He, he's not evaluated on his podium performance. He's evaluated on game days.
Oh, yeah.
And if game days don't get better, then the Miko Ryans maybe will have a tough decision to make in the offseason.
Yeah, it is what it is. Houston Misfortune, by the way, says hashtag guard talk with Stoots trademark will be there.
Oh, yeah. There'll be plenty of guard talk this offseason. They're going to need some guards. Might even be some tackle talk.
Might be. I asked Nick Caley about the CJ Stroud playing off script and CJ being so hard on himself. Like, how do you balance that? Here's what Nick Caley had to say about that.
Talked about making plays off script. He said you can't live with that, but what is it like? You obviously want him to play within the offense, but there's also kind of a trade-off where, sometimes he's taking a sack, but other times he's finding Nico for 50 yards. Like, how do you coach that where you want him to stay within the offense and not completely eliminate big plays like that?
Yeah, I mean, we call our plays, we have designs. He's got a great ability to play off schedule and instincts, and he's shown that throughout his career. So you never want to coach instincts out of anybody. So there's a lot of things like that he has a great feel for space in the pocket and the timing of things, and he does a good job when the pocket breaks down and he gets out of the pocket off schedule. He does a good job with his eyes down the field, and he's comfortable doing those things. So he's made some huge plays for us, obviously last game especially, but he's continued to do that throughout his career. And we got our plays, but some things are going to break down, and he's got a good awareness of, where guys are in space and making good decisions with the ball. And I've been proud of him. He's taken good care of the football and done some really big things when those things have gone off schedule.
I just think the trade has to be accepted. And I think the way that you watch CJ Stroud, you have to have that in the back of your mind when you talk about him. It is what it is at this point. Like, and we've kind of realized that this offense is a save all but offense. So it is what it is at this point. And it's tough to evaluate. I think whenever CJ Stroud, whenever we watch the game and we say, it didn't look great, he could have done this better. That's one thing. But I also do think there's an extreme balance that's really emerged really in the last few weeks with what you've seen from him and what you've seen from the overall process and what he's being coached and who's talking to him.
Well, Nick Caley said in there, it's not something you want to coach out of him. I actually feel like there was a time maybe last year and even early parts of this year where it felt like they were trying to coach that out of him. And they were trying to get him to do a little bit less of that.
They were. Speaking of less and a little bit less, how about 15% off Texans gear with the TDECU Texans debit card? Cody Stoots has it. CJ Stroud has it. A lot of people have it. Tell them how they can get it, Cody.
TDECU.org/Texans. You can get that process started right there online, or you can walk into one of the brick and mortar locations of TDECU. Less than 20 minutes for me to walk in, get signed up, get my checking account going, get my savings account going, become a member at TDECU, and walk out with that brand new Houston Texans debit card. Membership's required. They're insured by the NCUA, but because they're a credit union, they can do more for you as a member than other places where you put your money. The perks, numerous. The advantages, huge. And the TDECU Texans debit card, beautiful. You'll want it all with our friends at TDECU.
Membership required, insured by NCUA. Now back to my favorite Texan coach of all time, your favorite Texan coach of all time, by way of John Carroll. Nick. Now, this was interesting, and I thought CJ Stroud said this very interestingly. Could Kansas City have laid out a blueprint for the Texans? Now, the other question you might ask is, did Kansas City simply follow the blueprint that Buffalo laid out against the Texans? That's the question. Nick Caley was asked if he expects pressure. Here's what he said.
You got to put good tape out there, and you got to be clean with those things. So the thing you do is you address the problems, you see what the issues were, if it's communication, if it's a fundamental, if it's a technique deal, and then like every week we go to work and we try to work on the third down game plan, protection plan, and then always use to work on pressures that may have come up throughout the year that we got to get fixed and cleaned up.
They came with about every kind of pressure they could on the third quarter of that Chiefs game, and he wasn't figuring any of it out.
Yeah, that'll be something I don't think you can really measure the next couple of weeks either. Like
I'll be interested to see what Gannon does, because I know that they've had some bad defensive performances, but they've held on for stretches of games. And it wouldn't – I mean, I said this morning. It's not going to surprise me if we're sitting there in the middle of the second quarter and it's a 3-0 football game, because Gannon's made it tough on the defense, or made it tough on the offense, and the offense isn't helping themselves.
3-0?
Yeah.
What's the number? What's the number here?
Like the over-under, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it, but I'm guessing it's probably like 41.
I'll say 44.
42 and a half.
Right in the middle. That's pretty troubling that we could do that, but it is what it is.
Pretty good. We're pretty good at this.
Yeah. So you would take the under 41?
I don't believe Arizona is going to help you out at all if you're trying to get the over. So yeah, I would take the under.
Yeah, I would too. Is there ever been a backup quarterback that's more respected by a respectful like it's authentic, it's not fake. It does feel like people really respect Jacoby Brissett.
I wonder if that's because like
any like a wise guy, any like a real smart wise guy.
Well, I'm just wondering. Yeah, that's wondering if that's like I've interacted with him and I think he's a good guy and a good teammate and a nice guy, or if it's, hey, plenty of teams have given him the chance to start and he's beaten plenty of teams while he started, so I'm not going to underestimate him. And it could be a combination of both, because again, 3 wins over the Texans with 3 different organizations.
So you just overpraise him because, yeah.
Well, the thing is like, I think for some defenses, you probably do need to get them to kind of dial in, focus in. So you do this to like, hey, don't underestimate this guy. He's old. He's on his 8th team. He's still good. But I don't think for this defense that matters. It feels like they just go try to kill the quarterback. Doesn't matter who it is.
Third quarter, it's been rough on the Texans this year. They're not a very good third quarter team, especially in Kansas City, where the yardage was negative. What did Nick Caley have to say about that?
Nick. Felt like in the third quarter, we just couldn't really get out of our own way to start the drives. And, certainly we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job, coaches, players, everybody. But we just could never get going. I mean, the 3 and outs are, we don't want that. So starting better on first and second down, which we did not do. We did that in the first half. And we were able to move the ball and keep it going. But in the third quarter was certainly a lull. And drive starters, positive plays, fundamentals, playing with good fundamentals so we don't have any negative runs or anything like that, good pass protection, all those things really boils down to fundamentals. But getting off to the right start each drive is imperative for our success.
All right, so here we go. So he said they couldn't get out of their own way in the third quarter. So the Texans had 4 drives in the third quarter. The first one was a negative 4-yard run. The first play was a negative 4-yard run. Okay. So there you go. Negative 4. The next first play was
a rush for 2
with the heavy set with Fisher.
Jumbo.
Yeah, with Fisher in there. The next one was they tried to pass to Nico Collins, incompletion. Then they had the second down run. I know that B.O.B. would be proud.
Yeah,
and
I think that Nico throw was one of those like, oh God, they're coming for me, and he just kind of dirted it.
Yeah, and then the fourth one was a incompletion where
Stroud just kind of threw it away.
Yeah, he just threw it away
in the middle.
Okay. So, like, when he says couldn't get out of our own way, what does he mean? Does he mean the offensive line wasn't blocking? Does he mean like he wasn't calling good plays? Like, what is that? What does that mean? Because usually it's like, well, they must have had a lot of penalties. There weren't. I don't even think they had a third quarter penalty. They had a special teams one. Did they even have a penalty in the third quarter?
The offense did not know.
Yeah. So
I think he literally means they didn't play well. Like they made mistakes that allowed Kansas City to prevent them from moving the football.
Okay.
That's what I think he means.
Okay.
Like either guys didn't block or he made bad calls or CJ made bad throws or they didn't identify the pressure the right way before the snap, whatever it is. Like it could have been all of that, but nobody did good in the third quarter on offense.
Yeah, but couldn't get out of our own way. Almost insinuates like there was some sort of self-inflicted wound. I mean, I think there's a big difference. Like,
but I would say that self-inflicted wounds don't have to be penalties.
No, I agree. But I also think just flat out getting your ass kicked and putting guys in position to get their ass kicked is not self-inflicted. That's just being dumb.
Well, there was one drive where I don't care who it was, like Chris Jones was taking over that drive.
Exactly. So I don't know. Like when you say we got in our own way, it just almost feels like, well, what we could have done, like we screwed up or something. And obviously you did as based on the result, but I don't know, man. He is what he is. Xavier says, imagine JJ coming out of retirement for the playoffs. For what?
What do we do? What are we still doing? Like, we're still doing this? Xavier
Matthew says, why's Landry got the Rob Lowe hat on? I had this before he did, brother. I had this before he did, brother. Yeah, look it up. Look up the timeline, brother. This is a Reebok hat. This is back when the NFL was sponsored by Reebok. Date that back, homie.
Where'd you get that hat?
You gave it to me because I had a sports hat and all that.
Nice.
Yeah. He didn't copy me. He just happened to have the NFL on the same way.
Did he have am I crazy or did he have a purple one?
I think he had a black one. It was like a referee.
Oh, okay.
I think it was almost like a referee thing.
Honestly, I think I'd probably wear like a NFL Shield collection. I think I'd probably wear that.
Oh, I would too. They're hard to find now.
I know a certain street in Houston. I could probably go find you another one.
Some NFL hats.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll go look next week.
All right. There you go. Looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to seeing if Woody Marks is going to play or not. We caught up with Woody Marks. We talked to him. He's a joy to talk to, by the way. That Woody Marks fella. We'll hear from him in a sec. First, though, let's talk turf. Let's talk about the best in the game, Texans turf. Busy. They're always busy. They're always got time for you, though, as a customer, whether you got a big-ass crib and you want a putting green, playing surface, all that. Dan the man's got you covered. He's got always green, always clean turf, perfectly customized for your home. The fences taken care of, the drainage. He's not just slopping carpet down and then going about his merry way. He's taking care of it and getting the job done. The kids will love it. The pets will love it. The neighbors will be jealous. Your house will be worth more, and you will absolutely love it. And he is the best in the game. The rest of them just flat out suck. I'm not kidding. They just flat out suck. He does not. He gets the job done. TexansTurf.com. I was a customer before I found out all the rest of them suck.
TexansTurf.com. Schedule a free estimate for your job right there on the website and see all the wonderful work they've done on everybody else's lawn before you get the wonderful work done on yours.
There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Shout out to Texans Turf. Woody Marks. Swell fella, that Woody Marks. Tough fella, that Woody Marks.
Swell fella?
It's a swell fella.
Oh, Chepe, oh, swell fella.
Swell fella. He's a tough fella. Woody Marks. We caught up with Woody Marks in the locker room. Asked him about his toughness. Asked him about everything he's got going on. We hope you enjoy it. Here is your boys with Woody Marks.
How you feeling physically? It feels like you've been kind of roughed up a little bit the last few weeks, but you always seem to find a way to go back in. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Last game, guys were attacking it at my knees, so kind of a little soreness right there, but nothing major. I'm always go back in the game if I can. If I'm not tremendously hurt, I'm gonna go back in. Just lay it on the line for my brothers.
What was it like going to Kansas City? I know the coaches will always say it's just another game, and players try to repeat what the coaches say, but it has to be cool to go beat Mahomes and company in Arrowhead.
It was amazing. Just knowing the backstory, what we had talked about in the locker room with Aziz. That was the last time they was there. They played them, and they came back here. It was a bad taste in the mouth. I think that was Aziz. I think he got hurt that game, and just listening to him and all the guys, I wasn't here, so just hearing that, it made me play even more hard.
Now, I hate cold weather. You're Georgia, Mississippi State, LA, and now Houston. You can't love the cold, right?
Nah, for sure. I love them heaters that they had on the sideline.
Yeah.
Just keep it staying warm. Most definitely having my fingers warm so I can hold on to the ball.
Caley talked a lot about those early starts to drives and how you guys have to be a little bit better on some of those. What do you think is the key to just getting those drives started a little bit better?
Everybody locking in on the details. Just coming out, not waiting the second down to punch somebody in the mouth. Go down the field, run the ball, pass the ball, not wait to second down to fill out the game. Basically the first half and coming out in the second half that we need to do better on.
Is it tough when they make adjustments and you see it when you look back? It's like, we were just kind of one block or one this or one that away?
Yeah, most definitely. We did that. We watched that a little bit today in our meetings. Just watching runs that we could have that could have popped off. Just one block away. We said it on special teams too. We one block away. We gotta find a way not to be one block away, and we could be touchdowns.
Now, I know you're a running back, but you're one of the best receiving backs in college past few years. Got that receiving touchdown. Mm-hmm. Which is better, receiving touchdown or rushing touchdown?
Rushing touchdown for sure.
Where do you get your toughness from? Something that D'Amico's praised, and we can see. Where does that come from? It
come from the enemy. It's my brothers. I want to lay it all on the field. I go down. I just know I laid it all. Never know when you'll play this game again. So while I'm in the game, I'm gonna play it. I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow, but all I know is I'm gonna have people talk about me. Oh, he laid on the line the last day he was here.
He's a go out on a shield type of guy.
We have a moment of silence. Good Lord.
I love that. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow, but I'm going to give it all I got while I'm here today.
Woody, we need you for at least 4 years, man. We need you for at least 4 years.
With the highest of high hopes, I would like about 8 more games of Woody Marks. At the very least, 8 more games.
But you also got like a weird fetish going on right now. And I don't know what it is with you, but for some reason you like this Schrader guy a lot. You're going back to Missouri. You and Cody Schrader. I feel like you're a big Cody Schrader fan all of a sudden.
Where is this coming from? You and I had a conversation the other day. We thought he might have had something.
You're just a big fan, but let's hear what Nick Caley thinks about him. Let's hear if Nick Caley co-signs your fandom.
Well,
I got a chance to be with him a little bit out in L.A. Hardworking, smart, tough kid, great teammate. So, give him an opportunity to go out there and compete and just bring him along and see where it goes. But, no, he works really hard. He's got a good character, loves football, those things. So just take it day by day with him, really.
Works hard, good character, loves football. That's not like the best compliments that I've ever heard.
No,
is he about to get cut?
One of two things here with that. Either he's not worth a damn and they just have him there in case they need him, or Caley's trying to keep it under wraps because this is guy.
Oh, it's gonna be a breakout.
Try to subvert expectations, trying to keep everybody like, look at him. He didn't really say nothing about Cody Schrader. We don't have to worry about him. Next thing you know, boom, Mizzou's finest out there, baby.
Why do you love him so much?
I liked him in the draft process 2 years ago. And
That is a slip. What do you like about him?
if you're productive in the SEC, I just assume there's some talent there.
Okay.
And I liked him in the draft process a couple years ago.
Mhm.
I like the story. And
What
Yeah, a lot
story? Which one?
well, he was a walk on at Mizzou after playing at some university you and I and people in the chat have never heard of,
Mhm.
and busted his ass and got the starting job at Missouri, and then rushed for 1,600 yards in the SEC. It's pretty impressive. Is that not? Are you not impressed by that?
No, I'm impressed. It's just your love fest with him is just something special, dude.
I mean, are there like 5 other running backs I'd rather have on the roster than Cody Schrader? Sure. I'd rather have Jamal Williams here
By the way,
or Gus Edwards.
was this a alpha move or what? After that,
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron here.
Aaron asking Nick Caley for a Nick Chubb update.
Yeah, like he's like,
Aaron, that was slick of Aaron. Aaron tried to get an injury update on Nick Chubb from Nick. How's he doing? And Nick was like, you have to ask him. That was a good job by him, by the way.
yeah, he's
That
got
was a really good job by Nick Caley. That was probably the slickest thing he's done this year.
great. He's got great spirits, and you'd have to talk to him.
Yeah, he's good. But that was kind of alpha-ish by Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron with the Cody Schrader question, and then the trying to sneak in an injury update off of Nick Chubb.
When do the Schrader jerseys hit the team shop? Patrick's asking.
I don't know. God forbid a white boy have a little bit of success in the SEC, and everybody now wants to make it about the color of his skin.
You know who else Cody's a big fan of?
Cam Scattaboo.
No.
Danny Woodhead.
No. Keep guessing.
Christian McCaffrey.
No, everybody is that.
Toby Gerhart.
No.
Peyton Hillis.
Nope.
Who is it? Who am I also a big fan of?
He's still in college, man.
He's still in college.
Cash Jones from Georgia. That is Cody's favorite player in all of college football. Cash Jones from Georgia. He's going like this when we were watching the Georgia game together. He's going like this when they got to the 5-yard line. Give it to Cash.
People don't even know who the hell that is.
It's the white guy that shouldn't touch the ball.
Yeah. Cash Jones has dreams where he wishes he was Cody Schrader.
Yeah, Cash Jones. God, they cannot quit that dude at all. On the chat.
Swarm.
Caleb says 3-round UFC fight, Landry versus Cody set the odds. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I mean, Landry's been in more fist fights than me, so I like his striking chances. But I've got the Yokozuna factor. If I just sit on him.
Yokozuna. Why can't you just say Rory Nelson? Remember when Rory Nelson used to just lay on fools?
Oh, yeah. He disgusted me because I know he could throw hands a little bit, but he just decided to take people down and lay on top of them.
Yeah, he was like the GSP of hefties.
Yeah.
He would just hop on him and like make it so boring.
Yeah.
God, I hated GSP so much. God, I hated him. Mike says the staff loves Dare. He plays either this week.
I think he's saying with or without Woody Marks, Dare's playing. Especially,
Yeah, he's RB2. Like he's by far RB2.
Especially if there's no Chubb. He's definitely playing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's RB2, no doubt. There's no doubt. Jalen Pitre, the Toad. We asked him about the Guardian cap. I didn't bring up the Toad nickname because I will eventually. It's just Jalen Pitre. Like it's confusing because I don't know that he watches a ton of football, and I don't know that he played a lot of video games. It's kind of fascinating listening to Jalen Pitre. So the Toad reference might be, we got to figure out if he knows who Toad is. I might just have someone else show him the Toad graphic. I don't think he would hate it too much. But like, he was like, yeah, I think if I hit him too hard, it's a 15-yard penalty or something like that during the media scrum. I was like, yes, that's correct, Jalen. And then he didn't even know like about like the division and what, like he's just a guy who's really good at football.
Well, that adds to the teacher's pet element where it's like you focused on just this.
But I asked him about the Guardian cap because I think he's done a good job with the Guardian cap. Yeah, I asked Jalen Pitre about rocking it.
I liked it a lot when he hit Rashee Rice like it was a car crash.
God, that Nick Caley got asked about that hit today.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Oh, sensitive subject. Let's hear from Jalen Pitre on the Guardian cap.
Went into the process of wearing the Guardian cap.
Yeah, it was ultimately a family decision. You know, after my concussion, it was a bit tough for me. You know, just coming back, it was probably the longest I've ever been out for the concussion. So after speaking with some family members, we all thought that it would be best for me to just keep that on and, you know, have my safety at the utmost importance because, you know, I'm still gonna, when I get out there, I'm gonna still fly around. It's just about, you know, being safe with it as well.
Do you feel like you're pulling it off? I don't think everyone can. It just kind of feels appropriate. It kind of feels like you're actually kind of pulling it off. Is it kind of growing on you? Do you like the look?
I'm cool with it. You know, it's a little bit heavier, but I've been telling my teammates like you know, just try it out. I mean, they've tried it out. They've tried it out because we wear it at practice. But I say like just wear it a game and see, you know, how I feel.
You don't want it to be your thing?
Nah, I don't want it to be my thing. I want it to be our thing. I want hopefully the whole defense to get in there eventually.
I was wondering if you feel like you have the most swag of anybody wearing a Guardian cap right now, because we don't see a whole lot of highlights like the.
Yeah, I don't really even. It's crazy. I don't know many players, but I'm not trying to be the player with the most swag with the Guardian cap. I'm not trying to be an outcast. I'm just trying to blend in.
You get an endorsement deal, like you can be the face of it.
Yeah, that would be crazy too. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes.
All right, there's a -1 million chance Kamari Lassiter ever wears a Guardian cap.
I would never say never.
Obviously, they have to wear it in training camp, practice, and yada yada. In a game, Kamari's not wearing a Guardian cap ever.
He could rock the hell out of it too, though. Like, who could pull it off? Like, who could pull off the Guardian cap like on the Texans? I would say Kamari could.
Bullock would look very funny.
Terrible. He would look awful. He's tall and lanky. He would look awful.
Very funny with one.
Aziz, maybe.
Yeah.
Toto, maybe.
Maybe.
Tommy Togi, I could.
Yeah. I could see that.
Like the middle could.
Yeah.
Stingley would look horrible.
Stingley would look very weird. Yeah, defensive tackles it would be a good. They could easily rock it. It wouldn't look out of place.
Will Anderson, no, thank you.
Yeah, he looks weird with it when they wear it in training camp.
Yeah. So yeah.
How about slapping a Guardian cap on top of Trent Brown? I don't think his head ever gets near anybody else's head. 7 feet tall out there.
Look massive.
We were standing there watching Petri and listening to Petri, and I looked down because Trent Brown's locker is right next to Petri's. His like leisure shoe, his moccasin, his slipper, whatever. The biggest shoe I've ever seen in my life, in person. Enormous.
And when you asked him what size shoe he wore and things got weird, it was kind of.
No, I didn't do that, but I thought it was weird. You asked him to smell his shoes. That was kind of weird.
A little strange, dude. little strange question by you. Between that and the Chris Boyd question that you asked Aaron asked, that was a lot.
It's still to me wild that Aaron asked the Chris Boyd question. And he acted.
It wasn't topical.
Boyd got shot months ago.
Well, and I literally just asked about the rough performance at Kansas City the last time they were there, and I knew that Frank hated it. But, like, they gave up the kick return. They didn't recover the fumble. He got pushed. I wasn't even thinking about that. Fairbairn missed an extra point. Townsend punted like shit. It wasn't a good – it was – there were a couple other returns. It was bad, and the season ended. And then Aaron follows that up with, hey, bro, have you texted Chris Boyd about getting shot? Mark asked if Joe Mixon still has both feet. Yes, he does.
I mean, would it shock you if he showed up looking like a pirate with a peg leg one day? No.
I think he has. He does have both feet, though. Yes, he does. No doubt.
Joe Mixon, new captain, sailing the 7 seas. Arr.
Tazewell says that he tried a cupcake sandwich that Cody made last year, and it was very solid.
Yeah, you pull the bottom off the cupcake, put it on top of the frosting, and next thing you know, you got yourself a little cupcake sandwich. You know who brings that up to me once a month?
Who? Aaron.
Hey, bro, my wife thought that was funny.
No, but Aaron's wife cooks some mean sweets that he brings every Friday.
He does, yeah.
Brings some sweets. Shout out to Alpha Aaron's wife.
Mrs. Alpha.
He said that they were bringing something tomorrow. I forgot what he said. He said he has something.
Snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodle. What are snickerdoodles? They're like, I've seen
like
the cookies. I never get them. I always get the chocolate chip or the pecan or something like that. I don't snickerdude.
It's like a cinnamon forward sugar cookie.
What's it look like?
I mean, it looks like a brown cookie with like the cinnamon sugarish looking stuff.
Over under 2 you eat tomorrow.
Under. I don't like snickerdoodles.
What are you eating tomorrow at Spanky's?
Half and half pizza.
That's it?
Yeah, that's plenty.
No WAP?
Well, if you get a thing of wings, you're not gonna eat them all. So I might sample.
It's my WAP, bro. I'm not trying to share the WAP. What are you trying to do here?
You share that wings and pizza. All right, we'll be at Spanky's
Tomorrow, toy drive. Each toy gets a raffle ticket, even though Cody tried to Scrooge it out. Your generosity will not go unnoticed on my watch. So every toy you bring gets a raffle ticket, and we will take care of you. Sorry about that, and sorry to the kids, but we'll see you at Spanky's.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Apologize for Cody's behavior.
Shut up.
Anyway, is there anything else that we missed today at practice?
No, at practice, no, I don't think so.
Is there anything that we missed today in the locker room that went on? Not really, right?
Nah, not really. Not really. Matt Burke just kind of like casually threw in that he thought Tommy Togiai was the strongest Texan.
Togiai told us that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he kind of was like pretty humble about it, but
yeah, he obviously is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of that Samoan vibe. So there we go. All right. Appreciate it.
I have two quick things here.
Okay.
One, Doyle was very excited about his pot pie. So he sent a picture. So I think he made a homemade.
He ate that. He said his neighbor makes pot pies and puts full rotisserie chicken. He ate that whole thing. That looks like a full-size pie, brother.
I mean, I don't know how much of it he ate, but he was very excited about his pot pie. He sent a picture.
That looks incredible for a pot pie. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So
jeez,
that's good. All right. Then I have a question for you. And I think you can help me, or the chat can help me on this. I had a buddy of mine say, hey, come over and watch Thursday Night Football. I'm going to cook. I said, great. Sounds like a plan. What do I need to bring? He said, nothing. You don't need to bring anything. I'll take care of everything. I said, great. He just moved into a new place. He wants to kind of show it off, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So we had a conversation about it. He's telling me all the stuff that he got. And he's like, yeah, like I got this. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Sounds good. He's like, yeah, when you get here, we'll just settle up. We'll just split it 3 ways. I was like, what? I feel like if you like it, throw out the invite and then say, I got it, I'll take care of it. isn't there like an expectation that I'll just return the favor by inviting you over?
You're asking, you know me, when I invite people over and I get a lot of food and beer and stuff, you're asking the wrong person. I've never asked for a penny from anyone, and I've spent hundreds for people to come through. So you're asking the wrong guy there, brother.
That was why I asked him, what do you want me to bring? I'm obviously going to bring something, but he didn't give me a specific thing. But then he's like, and he bought like steaks and like brisket queso. And I was like, well, now I'm in for, 25, 30 bucks for this end of the night here. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of asinine to me. You're asking the wrong guy.
Okay. So I'm not out of pocket thinking that was a little unique.
Yeah, if he didn't tell you right away, I'll buy steaks. Let's all throw down on some steaks or something like that. That would maybe make sense.
If we started with let's all throw down with some steaks, I'd be happy to throw in. But hey, can I bring something? No, I'll take care of everything. And then later mentioning, hey, how about here's your third. I'll just Venmo you. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
I didn't know that was what I was getting into.
Yeah, that's a wild one right there.
Yeah.
And now he's got to bring it though, because what if it's terrible?
Oh, I'm treating that shit like I'm a food critic, baby. I might Photoshop a Yelp review and tape it to his door. Service was slow. Bathroom was dirty.
That's wild, man. That's an interesting thing right there. But anyway,
maybe he was screwing with me. I don't know.
That's a weird thing to screw about.
Feels like a weird bit to kind of try to throw out there.
It's weird. Anyway, tomorrow we will be live at Spanky's. Practice starts early. I don't know who we'll hear from. I think Will Anderson might have spoken today. I'm not sure. But be sure to subscribe, like, ride along. Always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together, even if you have a type at running back like Cody.
Rex Burkhead. Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Race car.